Baby girl, what's happening?
Hey guys, how are you today? So I'm going to be talking a little louder because there are fans on. It's really sunny out and the orchids are back in the greenhouse, so I'm just going to keep the fans on because it needs to stay a little bit cooler in here. And the best way to do that is to keep the fans running. So I am going to take you for a greenhouse tour. We're going to split this up into two sections. It'll be one side of the greenhouse and then the other side. With the program I'm using, it tends to upload a lot faster and work a lot better if I split them up. They can't take one huge large video for some reason. That might be partly because I am doing this on my phone. So let's get started because I have some things to show you. We'll start out with this catasetum right here. Definitely love those gorgeous exotic blooms, bringing in the fall color. But if it starts to get a little hard to see the blooms, that's just because of the lighting. I will try my best to show them. Very beautiful. This is Catasetum Karen Armstrong. And it's, of course, from SVO. I'm going to bring that to my Orchid Society meeting. So, a really nice thing. I am the president this year, so I'll be holding the meetings. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. I have a zygo that is finishing out blooming, and then a twinkle that got burnt really bad last year is starting to bloom, and it has those two spikes that are in bloom and then also 4 other spikes that are still growing. I took down some of the hanging ones over my head, that way I wouldn't bump into them. Everything's really just growing on this shelf. I'll have to pull those weeds on that. That's been in there since I got it. So I'm gonna have to eventually repot it and totally remove the root. I have to get something out to show you. It's a little hard to reach from here, but just give me one moment. So some of my long-term subscribers might remember this a little better, but this is a Paphiopedilum that I got at the PAF forum a couple of years ago, not last year, a couple years ago. And I was actually thinking about selling this because I don't do very well with PAFs. It's one orchid that I just don't seem to do very well with. And I just didn't want this really expensive orchid to perish. But I was looking today, watering, and I was like, oh, look at that weird looking leaf coming up out of there. Well, I looked a little bit closer. I have spikes coming on this, and I have 3 to be exact. So I have one here coming up, and this one's actually already split open with the bud in it. And then there's another one right there, and also a 3rd one right there. So I'm really excited. It might be suffering a little bit, but it is definitely going to bloom for me. So I'm really happy about that. Definitely not going to sell this now. Definitely a lot of things growing. One of my beautiful giganteas are growing a whole bunch of new roots, and they're doing so well. I'm really happy about that. I'm getting a new leaf coming on my Shirleyana, my Phalaenopsis Shirleyana, so that's nice. A new growth coming on my Brassica Rex. I would love to see it bloom. That would be wonderful. A new leaf growing on the Phalaenopsis that was pretty beat up from shipping from Florida is putting out a beautiful new growth, leaf there. Plenty of new growth going around. This Cattleya is starting to finish up its growth. I have sheaths on, this is the Yamadara Redland Sunset. It's a bag baby from Lowe's, and it's just been growing very well this year, so hopefully we'll be able to see some beautiful flowers soon on that. It's another catasetum that's in bud, and last year it bloomed for us, and the blooms are just so dark red that in some of the lighting it almost appears to be black. It's not the after dark, but it is very nice. I really like this. This is Catasetum 10 Dragons Wicket by 10 Dragons SVO. It's very beautiful. I will definitely show you that. I'm hoping that the buds will wait to open up a couple more weeks, because I am going to the National Capital Orchid Society show, and they will have AOS judging. And if they do have AOS judging, I am going to bring this plant because it has beautiful blooms, and I definitely think, even with 6 buds, that the flower is just stunning. This is a newer catasetum for me. This is Catasetum Chuck Taylor Wow by Catasetum denticulatum SVO, and it is going to bloom for us. So this will be the first for both of us. It's seed grown, so they're all going to be different. All the different plants are going to have different variations in flower, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this one looks like. My Catasetum SVO Black Pearl is growing so nicely, finishing its new growth, fattening up those bulbs for the winter time, and getting ready for dormancy. I'm gonna fix this shade cloth a little bit, hopefully, because I have it down to get into the greenhouse. Down below, my butterworts is constantly growing, and it is always in flower, it seems like, which is really nice. I've got to put this one back up there. One of the orchids that I got from Florida that I repotted. Other catasetums. These were down here to water, and I'm going to actually water them again. But I'm trying to get new roots started on this Arangus distincta. So really happy about that. But yep, that's all for this part. I will come back on next video and start the other side, but definitely a lot of things going on, and I'm really happy about it.